And for problem 2, a contract will enter into for which an estimate of the project cost, inclusive of contractor fee, is 22,425,000 and agreed by the two parties. The contractor fees were agreed to be 6% of the estimated costs. So this is the estimate, 22,425,000 and 6% of that cost. The contractor further provided that the owner would reimburse all the project costs to the contractor as they were expended and would pay for the contractor fee periodically as the work progress. So pay monthly, weekly, etc. The contract further provided that the owner and contractor would be share that is the key, any cost overrun or underrun, 60% to the owner and 40% to the contractor. So whatever overrun or underrun, the owner will take 60% of that risk and contractor get 40% of that risk. So if you have in the other video we present this, but this base is the bottom line to understand what the impact change for different time of scenarios with the costs with different time of contract. So watch for the other lesson video so that you can see more insight. Now let's apply to here, and that with here I assume you be able to get that from the other lesson video. With respect to commercial term, what type of contract was this? So let's see. The first, in terms of contract, we need to see two umbrella here. Which type of contract they got into? Let's read here. On the contractor, they spend and would pay the contractor. The owner would reimburse all project costs. So it means that it belongs to cost reimbursable. So it either CPFF, CPPF, or CPIF. And then I suggest you to stop here, think, apply, and see what are the type of project you think, type of contract you think apply in these scenarios before we move on to watch the video. And the contractor fee was agreed to be 6% of estimated cost. But so that if you read the second sentence, it seems like 6% of estimated cost. Estimated cost is 22,425,000. 6% of that, it seems like a fixed fee because 6% is fixed. 22 million estimated is fixed. So that product is to be fixed. So it looks like a CPFF if we read there. But at the contract, one practice, you have to read the contract as a whole, not only read one sentence and say everything. And that applies to here. The very last sentence, the contractor further provided that the owner and contractor would share in any cost overruns and underruns, 6% to the owner, 40% to the contractor. So we see that not the second one, cost plus percentage fee, is crossed out, it's only fixed fee or CPIF incentive. But it looked like if you see they would share any cost overrun or underruns, and that should be the CPIF, cost plus incentive fee. Okay, so that analyze, read the whole problem. Don't read one sentence and make a decision immediately. So let's start with A. So time of contract, what time of contract it is. So we have it, time of contract. So for this one, it will be the CPIF, cost plus incentive fee, because share overrun and underrun. And now with that, we already know that the key information, what time of contract we need to determine. Take a deep breath, understand 6 time of contract we're talking in here, and then apply. When the project was completed, the total cost, exclusive, that is keyword, exclusive, the contractor fee amounted to 20,125,000. How much money did the owner pay for the job? So in this case, it seemed the project cost lower than expected. Estimated 22,425,000. Now it only spent 20,000. So that have some incentive need to be shared between the two parties. So from that, the question asks, how much would the owner pay? So we say the owner paid. In this case, first they have to pay the actual cost. Whatever the cost spent, it will be reimbursed. So it's reimbursed 20,125,000 regardless, because that is the cost, actual cost. And then you see inclusive fee, and then the owner equal amount, the first sentence, the contract enter, and then the contract fee was agreed to be 6% of estimated cost. So that way the owner have to pay estimated cost 22,425,000. So that 60% of estimated cost. So it will be 6%. And that, you can see that here. You see the cost. You see the fee. And then, in this case, if it cost plus fixed fee, that's it. But now, the incentive, in this case, we save money. Then we have to share. And share is what? 6% and 40%. So, in this case, the owner pay some extra thanks to the saving for the project due to the good management of contractor, for example. So, in that case, the saving, what is the saving amount? Original estimate 22,425, 22,425 minus 20,125. That is the saving. But 60% to the owner retains. But he have to pay 40% of that saving to contractor. So that here, this number have to be 40%, not 60%, because 60% you keep it. Here owner pay, so that pay 40%. Due to the saving, we have to share that saving to the other party, 40%, to the contractor, 40%. So this is the, in this case, you can see the share of saving, share of saving to contractor, so that he or she have a incentive to save more money. So when they save more, you get more more share on that your saving. So from that we can have it equal to the owner paid in these scenarios is 22,390,500 total, and that should be the answer. And then C, under the circumstances in B, how much money did the contractor gain or lose from the entire transaction? So gain or lose, C. So in that same scenarios, so that you can see what is contractor gains or lose. In this case, for sure, it gain because it's saving. Project is under budget. So we can show it gain, but how much gain, that we are going to determine. So you see what is the contractor receive. First, they receive the fee, 22,425,000, 6% fee, and then the incentive due to the saving that the owner paid extra, 22,425 minus 20,125 times 40% of that saving. So basically the last two components in the owner paid, because the cost, no one get it, just spend for the project. So it will be 2,265,000, and it's positive. So you can see that is a gain, positive profit. Now go to the next scenario D. If the total cost on the project completion, inclusive the contractor fees, had been 24,975,000, how much would the owner have paid for the job? So in this case, the project is over budget. And then when it over budget, that over budget had to be shared between the two parties, because this is CPIF, cost plus incentive fee. So the scenario D, how much the owner paid? Of course, he or she will pay much more in this case. He or she have to pay the cost, 24,975,000, so that it will be 24,975,000 plus the fee. Based on the estimated cost, so it's 22,425,000 times 6%. And then in this case, as you can see, it's not saving anymore. This is the over budget. So you can have, what is that over budget amount? Over budget, you can say plus here 22,425,000 minus the actual spending on the project, 24,975,000. So this is a negative number, and this is the overrun, total overrun. And that overrun, the contractor have to take care 40%, so that it will be 40% to the contractor, 40%. So with that in mind, as you can see, so if nothing, you can pay the first, but because that overrun, the contractor have to take care 40%, so that the owner will hold back the third components in this equation. So from that one, it will be the owner paid 25,350,000. So that, as you can see, this is a negative number. This is a negative. What does that mean? The share of the overrun by the share of overrun by contractor. So it means that it's negative number there. Subtract, owner hold back the money. And the last one is similarly above. We have E, contractor gain or lose. So we just say we are not sure in this case yet. So we just say contractor gained or lose or lost. Okay, so with that we just put the number, and if negative then it lost, and positive it will be gain. So it will be receive the fee for 25 plus 6% times 6%, and then they have to share the risk of the overrun. So it will be 22 for 25 minus 24,975,000, 40% of this that have to take care of. Again, this is a negative number. This is a negative number because that is overrun. You have to take care of the rest. And from here, it will be $325,000. And it means what? It means that it's still positive, still greater than 0. So it means still gain. But if it even overrun more, then contractor may lose the money. So as you can see, if he or she save the project, the owner pay much less, only 22,390,000. If it overrun, the owner had to pay 25,000. So everyone had incentive to save. The contractor, the first scenario is saving. He or she can receive 2.2, more than 2.2 million, 2,265,000. If it not managed well, only receive 325,000. If it even worse, it may be lost. So that is the incentive, cost plus incentive fee.